Hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Sorry for the late reading, but we are having a Spirits with Spirits reading. And this is the coolest little gin I found, and I just have to share it with you. So it's called Engine Fuel the Dream, a product of Italy, organic gin. And it has like a little engine thing here, and it looks like an oil can, right? Looks just exactly like the oil. Remember, you used to get oil in these oil cans, and this is 100% made in Italy, and it is sage and lemon is the traditional Italian digestive. Engine is an organic gin produced in the Piedmont and Italian up to the Italian up to the last drop. It's really tiny. Engine has a stout structure, but a kind soul. Well, how can you not drink a gin that has a kind soul? It sparkles on the rocks and shines in tonic water. Engine, fuel the dream. Well, how could I leave this behind? So it has water, wheat alcohol, distilled gin, which is juniper berry gin. It has lemon peel, licorice roots, sage, and Rosa Damasca. So, which is interesting because I just did that Charlie Kirk auto writing, and he wanted me to have roses. So I did some rose incense. I put some rose on a little ceramic mushroom, and it still smells amazing. So I thought this is so perfect. But the real thing is, like, look how handy this would fit in your purse. Like, seriously, on the way to the beach or, out for that hike, throw it in your backpack. It's real metal. You don't have to worry about it breaking. Just a thought. So I haven't tasted it yet. I put in with some little fresh cucumber, and of course we got tonic. So I'm having my first sips with you. Oh, that's nice. That tastes like summer in a glass. I'm sorry, it does. With the lemon and the sage and the rose. Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you, Engine. They're not sponsoring this at all. So, anyways, I had planned a live for today, and it turns out I have the wrong equipment. And so we've ordered the proper equipment to do a live, and the live will be as soon as the equipment gets here. I don't think it'll be here in time for tomorrow, for Sunday, but it will be here in time, I think, on Monday. So we'll get set up, we'll do some testing, and if that's the case, all members will be invited to the live, and you'll be able to ask your questions about the royal family or about what's going on in the royal family. There'll be no personal questions. It'll just be a Q&A session for us. And that'll be as soon as I get. And I've explained to you many times, I have extreme stage fright. So this will be, I'm going to try and bust through it, okay? And that's why it's only members only at first, a little group that understands I might make mistakes, I might stammer, I might stutter, but we're all friends here. And then once I feel more comfortable with the lives, then I'll open them up to the public. You'll get to see the live after. It'll be posted, open to everybody, but it will be only for members only to ask questions at first until I'm used to it. So anyways, let's do a marathon about the book Betrayal, written by Tom Bower. Harry and Meghan are already having a nut about it. They've already made, their representative has already made a statement about the deranged conspiracy. And they call us derangers. So it came directly from Meghan Markle herself. And there's all kinds of things coming out about Invictus, about how Camilla feels about Meghan, about their money situation. Now, a couple of months ago, anyways, I'm using the stretch tarot because do we know if any of these stories are a stretch, right? It's a cool little deck, indie made. I don't know if you can get it on Amazon or not. I know you can get it off his website, Joe Stretch. All right. So there's all kinds of things in this book. And a couple of months ago, I did a reading about the book. And some people said, oh, it's just a rumor. This book, you know, we don't even know. There's nothing online that this book is even real. And the book said it's going to have some big bombshells. So I want to ask the cards. Right now it's being dripped out. Little excerpts are being dripped out to the Times. And they're publishing little bits and pieces here to get the excitement up. It's not available in Canada for pre-order, so I'm going to wait until I think it's going to be released on March 26th. And I think that because Harry and Meghan already have it on their radar, have already made a statement about it, there must be some real big bombs in there. And we know Tom Bower is a lawyer. There's nothing, he's never been successfully sued. I don't know if it's all full of lies and conspiracy. Why don't they put an injunction on it? Because you put an injunction, you have to say, because there's no proof what he's saying is true, and he's got all the receipts. So let's just ask a bunch of questions of the cards, like what's the biggest story in the book? Will there be anything about the children in the book? We know there's Invictus is in the group. He's got some real dandies about Invictus, that some of the people in wheelchairs were, after the cameras turned off, they got up and walked away. About placed crowds, that in reality, there was more volunteers than people actually in the stands. It was a big fiasco. Missing money. I know here in Canada, the Trudeau gave them $30 million, all unaccounted for. So that goes straight into fueling Harry and Meghan. Let's find out. As far as I know, that money was never paid back. I don't know if it was an official donation. Knight of Wands, there they are. That's the military adventure. That was the adventure Harry and Meghan went on. All right, deep dive into Tom Bower's book, Betrayal. Is it available in your country? Have you looked to be able to see if you can pre-order it? I went to even look to see if I could pre-order it from Amazon.com, not Amazon.ca, and it doesn't look like it's there either. So it doesn't look like it's in the United States. Of course, it's on Amazon UK. I saw there, but it kind of was blocking me from ordering it, so I'm not pre-ordering it. So again, I'll have to go on March 26th because I really want to read this. All right. So I'm not going to ask if this is going to be a successful bestseller because I can tell it already is, the excitement they're building up. What I do want to ask is, let's see if the cards will tell us what's going to be the biggest story that comes out of Tom Bower's book. Is it going to be about their marriage? Is it going to be about how broke they are? Is it going to be about Archwell? Is it going to be about the children? What is going to be the biggest bombshell, the biggest story that comes out of Tom Bower's book, Betrayal? Oh, that is so good. That is so refreshing. I can see why it's fueling my dream. Spirits with spirits. Shall we begin? Oh, the Tower in reverse. Tower rhymes with Bower. B-O-W-E-R-T. He is actually their living tower. I think this is the biggest bombshell is going to be how they've destroyed everything themselves. Wasn't by what the Queen did or didn't do, or this father does or doesn't do, or what William is going to do or has done, or how mean Catherine has been, or how many pictures or letters is her dad. The Tower in reverse. The Tower upright is the hand of God. The Tower in reverse is the hand of man. The Biggest takeaway will be how they've destroyed everything themselves with no help from anybody else. Wow. The Five of Cups, disappointment, despondency, depression. Perhaps there's going to be a little bit in there about being unable to let go of the past. Maybe perhaps Harry's despondency, Harry's depression. I'm going to try and bring that in because these are beautiful cards. I want you to see them. Six of Wands, victory. And that also could be Invictus. Absolutely could be Invictus, my Six of Wands. Right? You're competing and you win, and everybody gets participation badge. Recognition. Three of Pentacles, work in reverse, how they have no work, how they've ruined everything. They have, you think about the three big ones, and it says Three of Pentacles, work, and it's in reverse. They have no work. So they've lost Netflix, they've lost Spotify, and what would be the third one that they've lost? That, you know, could that be his Butter Up, or Lemonada, or Multitude? They've lost everything. Maybe her acting career, their speaking career, but any other one in that third one. Eight of Swords, interference. I'm going to say that just based on that, the one here in the middle is my Invictus. I think the biggest takeaway we are going to get is Invictus. I really think that. I think the biggest, yeah, I don't think it's not, I don't see children here. I don't see marriage here. I don't see money. I think the biggest takeaway is going to be Invictus. So now we have to ask, will Harry and Meghan lose Invictus after this? Will Invictus be so embarrassed? Will they lose Invictus? I'm going to say it's Invictus. It will be the biggest takeaway, will be the biggest bombshell, as H.G. Tudor says. And of course, Eight of Swords here, they're going to be victims of Tom Bower, you know. And if you don't, you better believe Tom Bower has receipts. Remember, Tom Bower was at the one in Canada. And remember, the sugars were really harassing him. Oh, that's nice with cookie. You know, it's March 14th and it was -20 when we woke up this morning. It's like, I need something that reminds me summer and spring, or spring and summer are on the way. Okay. Will Invictus drop Harry and Meghan? We're not doing full readings. We're going to just, you know, do 5 cards per question kind of thing. Because I want to do like kind of a deep dive what's going on. The World. Oh, finished. Completo. There's one booby there. Look at that, the Tower and then the World. The Tower, they've destroyed it, and wrap her up. Put a pretty bow on it. The Seven of Swords, cunning on the Five of Cups. Oh yeah. There, you know what? Money that's stolen. The past Invictus Games. What did they take and not give? The Hierophant. Ooh. Okay. Now, perhaps because of the everything that's going on with the whole Andrew situation, and they want to look at the books of the York girls, perhaps there's somebody higher from above who wants to look at the Invictus books. I think, because this is a leader, a teacher, And it's right on the recognition on the Invictus. Somebody up above wants to look at those books and wants to see what's going on. Wow, death in reverse. I think they're going to be kicked out. I think it, or I wonder if Invictus is going to end. I wonder if someone's going to put an end to Invictus. Could it be the palace? Well, maybe the end is Harry has to disconnect from it. What's the final one? Page of Swords in reverse. Readiness. Readiness. I'm going to say that because the Page of Swords is my internet card. It's also research. It's also a little bit of gossip. In reverse, it's also trolling. It's like bad news on the internet. I'm going to say that they might lose Invictus because of this. The powers that be, somebody might come down. For example, the IRS wants to see their charity, or I don't know, whoever the equivalent is in the UK, wherever the charity's being run out of. I think it's the UK. Home Office, I think it's called in the UK. It's Revenue Canada in Canada. It's just, we should just call it Tax Thieves Office, and everybody knows who everyone's talking about. I think their Seven of Swords here, their strategy to take, and this is really, really poignant here when we're talking about Invictus and what's going to happen. I think somebody's going to go through the books, and I think that'll be the end. Even Page of Swords is can be Invictus. There's somebody with a sword, and I know that's fencing, but it's a sport that you play with military objects. I think we're going to see something is going to end with Invictus. Either Harry's going to be cut off, or Invictus is going to shut down, which is sad for the soldiers. But I mean, if the soldiers are getting ripped off anyways, it might be the best thing that ever happened to them, to stop being used and abused like that by these two grifters. All right. So there's Invictus is going to be the biggest story out of there. And for Invictus to be the biggest story, there's going to be headset roll. There's endings. There's endings that there's no coming back from. No coming back from. And it might be the palace tells Harry to step away from it. The crown, the firm, they don't need another controversy. They don't need another member of the royal family with their fingers in the pie. Interesting. Look at this Hierophant. It has 6 almost like sperm things, but they're wands, and it's on top of the 6 of Wands, which is my Invictus card. So I think we're going to see somebody looking at it very carefully as the result of this book. All right, so let's ask now, are we going to see, I just want to make sure you can see these cards because they really are pretty. He does a workshop how to make your own tarot cards, and I'm seriously thinking of taking it and making my own tarot cards. Okay. Let's ask, what will be the bombshells about their personal finances? What will be the bombshells about their personal finances? Apparently, there's already a little bit of information in there that they are indeed broke, and that's why they are leaning on this Archwell. But let's ask about their personal finances. What will be revealed in this book about their personal finances? Ace of Wands, creation. Maybe they're creative accounting. Creation. I just noticed there's something right there. About how creative they are, about, And that's true. Everything that they tried to make money with was a creation. Whether they were creating something for a podcast, whether they're creating something for Netflix, creating accounting. It was everything that they had was a creation. They didn't have like a solid asset or solid investments that they were getting returns on their money. I think both of them were really stupid with money, absolutely incredibly dumb with money, really, really dumb. And I'm saying that as a retired financial advisor. All right, let's see what else. Wheel of Fortune. All right. So that's a good one to get when we're asking about their finances. But are they saying they created a lot of income? Knight of Pentacles. There's Harry. Prosperity. That's, you know what? That is exactly what it. Here comes the man, Ace of Wands, with a lot of money. Here he comes with a lot of money. Wow. The Chariot in reverse. That's being uncontrollable spending. Uncontrollable. Because, right? Because the Chariot upright is controlling. You know, you make this investment, you pay those bills, you make that investment, put a little money over there, you buy this asset. This is out of control spending. This is spending $100,000 on clothes you can't afford, or private jets, and I know we all know they grift all of that as well. But this is telling me their spending was completely out of control. Wow. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is maternity, but it's in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse is the spendthrift. It's the wife that throws you into debt. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. So, look at this. The clock agrees with me. So, what we've got here is the man, the one with all the money, the Knight of Pentacles. That's who Harry was, is an unmarried earth sign. And she, with her out of control spending, has blown it all. Absolutely blown it all. Queen of Pentacles, not only do they spend everything, they put you into deep, deep, deep debt. A lot of Queen of Pentacles in reverse are terrible mothers, they're terrible wives, they're terrible spendthrifts. They put you into debt that takes you years to get out of, or you claim bankruptcy. If you have a Queen of Pentacles in reverse and a King of Pentacles in reverse, you're claiming bankruptcy at some point in your life. Wow, look at the man with the Wheel of Fortune. Look at how fortunate she was to find this dummy, according to my sources. Remember I did that thicko? So I know my sources are telling me he's thick. And out of control spending, because we are only talking about finances here, by her. By her. I don't think it was Harry at all. Not with this Knight of Pentacles upright, meaning you hang on to your money. So the book is going to show that Meghan has spent all their money foolishly, and perhaps has even put them into debt. Will the book then show Archwell finances? Will the book show Archwell finances and how they've handled that as well? I don't think I need to go on much more. This was very clear about their finances. Will the book show the finances of Archwell? Wow. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. the Wealth card in reverse. She royally messed that up. And that's about the only royal part of her. Very, very unsuccessful. Wealth has been drained away. Wealth from Archwell, wealth from her. Apparently in the book, they accepted a donation, and twice, from somebody who's a, let's just say, Uncle Adolf's friend. Yeah. Apparently they accepted 2 donations from somebody who's well-known denier. Let's just say that. I really don't want to get any strikes against this. Yeah. For real. Apparently that's in the book. And Tom Bower would not be putting that if it wasn't true. Oh, wow. Knight of Swords in reverse. Passion in reverse. So Knight of Swords in reverse is attacking with words. Attacking with words. It's also attacking. It's also bad reporting, lies. Knight of Swords, Knight of Words in reverse is somebody who lies a lot. Untruthful. And sometimes it's omission. Lies by omission. Wow, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. 10 of Pentacles in reverse, home in reverse. Look at this. This thing has lost money, hand over fist. Hand over fist. 9 of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. This Knight of Swords here could be like the IRS coming after them. It could be a lawsuit coming after them. Swords rule legal affairs and laws and contracts. This could be legal problems. They've lost money hand over fist. If anything, this is going to be part of their legacy about how they ruined it, or how perhaps they misunderstood how a charity works. Judgment in reverse, another in reverse, no more chances. They may be barred from ever having a charity again. Wow. The Emperor. The Emperor. What would the king be doing? The Emperor also could be Trump. Right? Because Archwell is based in the United States. The Emperor could be like the head of the IRS as well. There's somebody here who's watching them very, very closely. I wonder if Harry's going to be allowed to stay in the United States because of this. Because they've lost all this money. No more chances. The Emperor's saying no more chances. I think we're going to see, as a result of that book and the information in the book, that will be legit. Tom Bower will have the receipts. There may be severe consequences because of that. But isn't that interesting? That's not the biggest bombshell. The biggest bombshell will be the Invictus. So that's another charity that they've run into the ground. Perhaps, or you know what I was looking for? 6 of Pentacles, which is my charity, which is most tarot readers is your charity card. And it didn't show up. So I'm going to say that it's going to be looked at and taxed as a business rather than a charity. Interesting. Will there be anything in there about the children? That's what we want to know. Will there be anything in there about the children? Will there be anything in the book about the children? Will there be anything in the book about the children? Will there be anything in the book about the children? I cannot believe those big cards that came out about Archwell. You know, the Emperor, just occurred to me, could be Netflix, because they did do Archwell Productions that lost all kinds of money, and this Knight of Swords could be the announcement that they were cut off, attacking with words, and no more second chances. That just occurred to me, sorry. Sometimes it takes a little bit for the download to come in. That might be exactly it. This could be Netflix looking at Archwell Productions and how much money they've lost. Actually, that feels more true. That feels more true. So I should have told the cards Archwell Charity, and the cards took it as Archwell Productions. But I can't remember, does Archwell Productions run under the charity? Right? They're so convoluted. So convoluted. Anyways, let's ask about the children. Will there be anything about the children in the book? Yeah, I just got that download. So this is the cards took it as Archwell Productions, which was huge money losses for Netflix. Here's the Knight of Swords. They were publicly shamed, publicly attacked with words, saying Netflix has left them and they have no more chances. Wow. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Look at all the big pentacles that are in reverse. 8 of Pentacles in reverse is so interesting when you're talking about children, right? Does that mean that you paid for your children? Patience in reverse. So did they buy their children? They didn't have the patience to wait 9 months. They weren't capable of mastering the ability to have children. Let's continue to read. Valor. 7 of Wands. This is defending yourself. And they constantly defend themselves. Constantly are 7 of Wands. Valor. Like defending their actions and taking the high road. And, you know, they constantly deny anything about the children. The Hanged Man in reverse. Some information might be let go. Now, my hangman, when I talk about children and pregnancies, the hangman upright is actually my pregnancy card. Because, oh, he's got bare bum. Because for 9 months, your life really isn't your own. And you know what? It's only 9 months. You know, you can't drink. And if you smoke, you should quit smoking. You know, you have physical limitations. Perhaps you have morning sickness. Perhaps, you know, you don't sleep well. Your legs swell. You know, your boobs get massive. Like, so really for about 9 months, or your whole pregnancy, your life is not your own. You know, you got to watch what you eat. You got to give the baby good nutrition. No, you know, like I say, you know, no alcohol, perhaps no coffee, however, as far as you want to take it, right? So the hangman in reverse here is telling me there possibly wasn't any pregnancy. So we might be alluded to something like that about how they defend the mystery around the pregnancies. And you think mastery is very close to the word mystery. So the mystery around the pregnancies and how they defend. What's the next one? Strength in reverse. Wow. That would be Megan. And also the strength is the royal family, being the Leo card. One more. 5 of Swords. Defeat. Look at that card. Cuckoo. Cuckoo. Look at the lunatic. Cuckoo. In the white jacket. White straight jacket. Defeat. And interesting, there's 2 down here. I think he might hint at it. I really think he might hint at it. I'm not getting that there's going to be full disclosure. To me, that I would see temperance, because temperance is my IVF card. So I don't think there's going to be full disclosure. Also, this defeat card, perhaps because he didn't have the receipts, he didn't want to, right? He never wants to put himself into any position to be sued. He has a reputation to uphold. And it's interesting, the sugars on X are saying, well, he'll be dead soon anyways. Nobody will remember his stupid book. No, that's not the way it goes. Sorry, it's not the way it goes. It actually makes his books more valuable. Anyways, I digress. I'm going to say there possibly could be some information about Megan being pregnant. But it's not going to be that I'm going to say that there's going to be more about the pregnancy here than the actual children, which fair play, they're children, right? They don't want to be reading about themselves in, 20 years. After the movie is made. I think this will be more about the pregnancy. I really do. I think there might be some kind of hint about the pregnancy. One or the other of the pregnancies. All right, is there going to be any information, or is there going to be really good deep bombshells about their marriage, right? Are we going to hear about their marriage? Are we going to hear about their marriage? I'm going to get back to the charity. I'll get back to that. Now I see the cards were telling me about Archwell Productions. Now that with that Emperor there, will we hear any bombshells about the truth about their marriage in the book Betrayal? In the book Betrayal, will we hear any truth about their marriage? Wouldn't that be something if Tom Bower had proof that Netflix dumped them a while ago, and Netflix, to save face, came out just in these last couple of weeks and said, oh no, we've parted ways because it's going to be in the book already? Wouldn't that be something, hey? All right, are we going to hear any kind of truth about their marriage? And about anything about their marriage, any kind of truth about their marriage in the book? Wow, strife, 5 of Wands in reverse, strife. We're going to hear that they fight a lot. He's going to have the receipts that they fight a lot. Witnesses, witness statements, that kind of thing. 10 of Wands, oppression. Oh boy, oh boy. There's that quote that Camilla made, that Harry's brainwashed. That's the brainwashing card. Oppression. You don't realize you can. Well, the 8 of Swords is one, and the 10 of Wands is another. You carry this burden of not being able to see clearly. If you look at the 10 of Wands, he can't see through the wands. He can't see through the weeds. The Magician. The Magician. So a lot of this stuff that we're fed about Harry and Meghan is made up, is manufactured, is manifested, is spin doctor. it's the Empress in reverse. It's the Empress in reverse. So we already have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse as the wife. Here's the mother and wife in reverse, and you do not want the Empress in reverse as your wife. Again, somebody who spends all your money, who is a control freak, who only insists on the best, on luxury, and you better provide it for her. A real diva. A real diva. Very selfish. Me, of course, we all call her me, 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 me again, right? The cards are telling us. Even the magician is the female. She's not a good wife at all. At all. Interesting, we don't have a lot here about Harry and about her part in this marriage. Power. Four of Pentacles. Look at the power. Four of Pentacles. It's a secret. It's a business arrangement. There's not one love card here at all. It's a business arrangement. Somebody has power over the other one. Look at that. Look at the claw on the shoulder. Somebody comes into this relationship with the money. They've got the money. They've got the crown. They've got the money. And they've got, there's all of their inheritance and everything. And this one here has all the power. I wasn't going to ask about the direct quote that Camilla said, that Harry is being brainwashed. And this, I don't have to now. This card has told me that quote is absolutely true. Meghan has a power in this relationship. There's no love in this relationship. Harry brings the money. Meghan does, according to my sources. According to my sources. That is not a marriage of love. Either way. Harry didn't show up. She didn't show up. Where's the Two of Cups? Where's the Ace of Cups? Where's the Lover's card? Now let's ask about Archwell Charity. So we're to the cards. We're specifically asking about Archwell Charity. Will there be anything in the book about Archwell Charity and its dealings? Will there be any bombshells in the book about Archwell Charity and its dealings? And I mean bombshells like we all know. Fudging is going on and records aren't being kept and people are quitting and we know all that, but will there be a bombshell? A bombshell. Oh, Six of Cups. There's the charity. What did I tell? Oh, no, that's not the charity. The Six of Pentacles is the charity. Pleasure. Pleasure. This is an agreement. This is something that has been going on for a very long time. High trust. People in agreement. Pleasure. Six of Cups. I wonder if it's something that they learned as children, or in agreement with friends, or in agreement with each other. So there's Archwell. Wow, Two of Wands. Dominion. Dominion. Worldwide. Making plans to take this worldwide. Dominion. Wow, Ten of Cups. Satiety. Satiety. Sati. Satiety. Meaning also pleasure. Ten of Cups. You know, this is interesting because we have Six of Cups and now we have the Ten of Cups. And they got that $10 million to start it off. Is that $10 million from the royal family? From Dad? It's the family. That money comes from deep in the past. And here's the World card. Did that initial 10 million come from across the world? Wow, the High Priestess in reverse. Secrets will be spilled. I wonder if Tom is going to tell us that the king has been funding that somehow. It's somebody in the family. It certainly is not Tom or Tom Jr. or Samantha or Dorito. Who is in the family has that kind of money? King of Cups. There he is. Dad. Reliability. Is Tom Bower going to tell us in his book that King Charles, well, not as king, as dad, he was at the Prince of Wales back then, as dad, are we going to learn the secret that dad, that's how he gave, I almost said Charlie, that's how he gave Harry the money so he wouldn't be taxed on it. Are we going to find out that bombshell? Isn't that interesting that when we did the first Archwell, the Emperor showed up, and I thought, well, that's not the king. We do a second one on Archwell, and King of Cups shows up. Is Archwell a front how Charles supports Harry? So Harry doesn't have to pay income tax on it. Wow, what did we step in here? That it has, like, how is that not the biggest bombshell? How is Invictus the biggest bombshell? So we've asked about the children. We're not going to hear about the children, but we might hear hints about the pregnancy. We're going to hear about how Meghan has spent all their money and actually perhaps even put them into debt. We're going to hear about how the Archwell Productions has lost a lot of money. We're going to hear about who actually funded Archwell. It has to be Dad. Who do they know that deep in the past? How did the Emperor show up and the King of Cups when we're talking about Archwell? What else can we ask about? Will there be big bombshells about how Harry wants to come home? Will there be big bombshells about how Harry wants to come home? Will there be big bombshells about how Harry wants to come home? Does Tom Bower have the receipts to show Harry is doing everything in his power to come back home? Will Tom Bower have the receipts to show that Harry wants to come back home? And if the answer is yes, then we'll ask, will one of the conditions be no Meghan? But we'll ask that. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles. Oh, you know what? I just realized this was Seven of Pentacles. Oh my Lord, this is Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is unsuccessful pregnancies. No pregnancies. No sperm and egg matched up. Oh my God, now that changes the whole reading. That is about unsuccess. That is no pregnancies. Sorry about that. Sometimes that happens when honestly, that's my first reading. That's one of my first sips. But that's my dyslexia too. When I'm looking at tiny letters is really, anyways. Eight of Pentacles. Skill. Skill. That's his only skill he knows, is how to be a royal. Nine of Cups. Contentment. Yes, 100%. Contentment. Harry that's all he knows. That's what he's content doing. He has no skills. He has no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Who's going to hire him? What's he going to do to make money other than be a royal? Other than do what royals do, and he had that. He was the most well-liked royal in the world. He was a master at that. That's where the skill set right there, contentment. The Magician in reverse. We have 2 Magician cards in this deck. So there is, I want to show you something. What's really interesting here. There is a knife through a hand with a K on it for king. But this is in reverse. So we've got trickster energy. We got trickster energy here. Interesting, we had the Magician first. And yes, that is a Magician card. And it's a female. And then we have a Magician in reverse, and it's a male. Perhaps Harry's tricking us. He's already home. Ace of Cups in reverse, fulfillment. I'm going to say he is definitely wants to come home. That's his skill set. That's where he's content. But the answer is no. Absolutely not. 8 of Wands. Movement. Traveling. I almost wonder if he's already over there. But movement, yes, Harry definitely wants to move back home. I think he's being stopped, though. I think the fact that we see him out with Megan, and he's so happy in California. We get fed all this garbage from Megan, trying to manifest Harry wanting to be with her. Remember, we did the marriage one, and there's no love there at all. Harry wants to go back home. I think there's going to be, there might be receipts that Harry's in the UK more than not, more often than not. And I think there might be some receipts about that. Because we have the movement card. This is the travel card, the 8 of Wands, traveling back and forth. This is where he's content, back in royal life. That's what he knows. That's what he was trained for. And that's his wish. Oh, look at that. The clock agrees with me. And that's his wish. That's the wish card. But and with the Ace of Cups in reverse, he's not being offered anything to come back. So yes, there will be receipts in the book that show Harry wants to come back home. So now let's ask, is one of the conditions without Megan? Is one of the conditions without Megan, is that what the Ace of Cups here in reverse is? Is one of the conditions without Megan? Are one of the conditions for Harry to come back, for him to fulfill his wish, for him to be happy, for him to be offered to come back? That's Ace of Cups is an offer. Is it without Megan? Is it without Megan? Wow. 4 of Cups in reverse, contemplation. Yeah. He has to contemplate that. He hasn't made up his mind. He has regrets. Huge, huge regrets. Wow. 3 of Wands, virtue in reverse. It's not going to happen, according to these cards. The Star in reverse. No hope. No hope. 2 of Pentacles. Balance. Balance. That might be the children. That might be something to do with the children. He can bring the children, but he can't bring his wife. Opportunity. Knight of Cups. Opportunity, Knight of Cups. So there's an opportunity to bring the children. I'm going to say, look at, we have 1, 2, 3 females in reverse. The Star in reverse is there's no hope that that's going to happen. The Wands is it's not even being considered. And the 5 of Cups, the 4 of Cups here is deep regrets. It's not even being considered. I don't even know if he has offered it to her, but there is an offer here. He could bring the children. Just bring the children. Look, they're the only cards that are upright. There's the offer. Just bring the opportunity to bring the children. You have the opportunity to bring the children, but you're not bringing the Wicked Witch of the West. So I don't know if he's even considering that right now. And again, we're asking, will there be evidence in the book of this? So there might be evidence in the book about that the king really wants to see the children, or the royal family really want to see the children. There might be that, or an opportunity to see the children, like the royal family really wants to see the children. We might hear something like that. But I don't know if Tom Bower has any receipts stating that Harry is welcome back without Meghan. Because that would be a big bombshell too, but it's not. It's showing that it really. I don't think he has the receipts that he wouldn't be sued, right? He's a lawyer. He knows exactly what he can say and what he can't say, and I think he'll be able to say the family really wants to see the children without impunity, right? I mean, most people would say that. You know, they want to see the children. The children are innocent in all of this. So there's an opportunity, please bring the children over. So you might have like something from a courtier or some quote or something saying, yes, King Charles wants to see his grandchildren. But he won't be able to say without Meghan. Let's one more question. Does Tom Bower have any evidence about William and Harry's relationship? Either way, does he have any evidence that there is no relationship, or does he have any evidence that William doesn't take his calls? Does he have any evidence that Harry doesn't even know William's number? Does he have any evidence the two talk? Right? You know, one secretary said, yeah, Harry called the other day and William, right? Does he have any evidence about any kind of relationship, anyway, about William and Harry? And that'll be our last question because we are running out of cards here. Ace of Swords in reverse, victory. So no, I don't think he does. The Sun, he may have looked for it. Oh, the Hermit in reverse. No, I don't think he does. The Fool and the, oh wow, Four of Swords in reverse. If anything, he has evidence there is no contact. That would be all. If anything, he has evidence there is no contact. He may have evidence that Harry's trying to contact with the Hermit and the Fool here, but I'm going to say here with the Four of Swords in reverse, there's not even a snowball's chance in hell that there's any kind of contact. Plus we have the Ace of Swords here in reverse saying no, he has no evidence that there's been any kind of contact. He may have some evidence though that Harry, he's right here, the Hermit, is trying to make contact. He may have evidence of that, but no one's answering, no one's picking up. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Wow, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Prosperity. I don't know. That's interesting about the book. I'll just leave that there and let's see if any of this takes root and grows. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. Cheers. Have a good evening. See you online. Bye for now.